What's up, guys? We are here today with the great animator and teacher, Howard Beckerman. Say hi, Howard.
Hi, Howard.
Exactly. He's so great. He taught me at School of Visual Arts and then asked me to guest lecture there, which was such a dream come true. It was so fun. And we are here today live in his actual animation studio in Queens, New York. By the way, this is comic book artist, writer, and director Greg White from BeyondComics.tv. Make sure to follow and subscribe, and let's take a look at his awesome studio. This is like incredible. Some of the stuff that you've been doing here is absolutely beautiful.
Actually, I'm trying to straighten up this place. There's a lot of things that I've done over the years, and it's just piled up on me. But I still like to draw, and I like to animate, and I like to talk about it also, about the animation world and the business. And
you've seen it all. Eat your heart out, Disney. This guy has been everywhere. He's like done and seen everything.
I met a lot of interesting people. I really am indebted to some of the great people I worked with and who told me things about the business. And I really like the idea of passing it on. So I taught for over 46 years, 47 years. I was teaching people how to do cartoons and animation.
You are like the greatest 88-year-old I've ever seen. Like, you look like you're 20. It's amazing.
I tell you, 88 is a good age. It's an easy number to remember. And I may just stay that way. But it's been fun. I enjoyed doing all this, collecting a lot of things.
I'll show them while you talk. I'm just going to pan around.
And then drawing stuff for people like books. There's a book that opens and closes depending how you look at it.
That's great. And show that flipping animation that you were doing on the. This is so interesting.
Yeah. Today, those people with computers don't understand what this is. This is how animators would check their drawings.
Frame by frame, back and forth.
These are unfinished roughs here.
That's amazing. You did all of that, right?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
This guy's giving somebody a massage, and he throws them up in the air.
Can they book an appointment for me?
Sure. I'm going to give this out to one of these guys here that does, massages and
that's great.
Rehab stuff.
That's so cool. And this is great also over here, the Lone Ranger Award, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I love, what is this little Mickey Mouse thing? Is that like a flip book?
Yeah.
Can I bring that over?
Sure.
Oh, that looks really cool.
Hallmark made that. Hang it on the Christmas
Can you
tree.
show it there onto the... Oops.
No, I can't.
Oh, well. Oh, that's just too cool. What a great idea.
It's a Mickey Mouse robot.
That's so cool. I've never seen that. When did they do this?
Oh, it was about 8 years ago, 10 years ago.
Isn't that great? There's so many cool little trinkets here, too. I'll pop this back.
That one was the bottom.
Wow, look at how cool that is. I love the fact that you made a custom GPS. That's just adorable. And Alexa. And then this is the Russian puppet, right? Yeah. Made of wood from the cartoon. And I love this over here, too. Some of these beautiful awards here of you. Trying to give a nice little feel. I love this cup too. This Disney cup is so great. I have this one too. And the rest of the studio also is like great. Let's show them some of this great stuff here that you have in the closet. This is terrific too. Howard drew all of this. Howard, you did this dinosaurs too?
Yeah.
Wow. And he just signed this. You remember when they were around? Is that what you said?
Kind of noisy, they were.
That was the T-Rex, right? Oh my God. And this is Iris, right? Your wife? Who did this?
What's that?
The dancing ballerina?
I don't know. It might be somebody inspired. You know.
That's awesome. And this is the secret closet over here.
I'm just putting things together here.
This is great. I mean, what a terrific like book collection of animation, and all of this like original. I mean, some of these cartoons are like so classics, and especially like these like original 1940s newspapers, right? And that's the Hirschfeld, right?
Yeah.
And his daughter is drawn in that, by the way, guys. Right there. Yep. Not mine. I don't have a kid yet.
Oh, but he had a daughter too.
Oh, that's right. Nina,
Put
right?
her name in it.
I remember Nina's in there. And oh, we showed them the Phantom thing over here. You just where was it? Yeah, that was super cool. The Phantom.
Cy Barry.
That's awesome. And the original Betty Page. We should show them that too. That's really cool. That's upstairs, guys. I'll try to.
Oh, the Betty Boop.
Betty, yeah, Betty Boop. I meant, yes.
But this one, this is what is it? This is an old thing. This is Mutton Chef.
Oh, sure. My
It's
dad used to
very
love
old.
that. And Flash Gordon was in here too. Oh, here's Flash Gordon right up here. Let me try to show that.
Remember Winsor McKay?
Oh, William McKay, Jesus, classic.
That's an actual paper print.
The real paper print, right? Newspaper.
Papers were very big in those days.
Yeah, they were huge, guys. Newspapers back in the day. The cartoon comics and strips, and that's great too. Did you do this?
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm gonna hang this one up.
Yeah, that's a nice one to hang up. Oh, and where was the newspaper that you did, the newspaper strip? It was in one of these.
I don't want to show that.
Okay, that's top secret, guys.
I
Sorry.
don't want to give them any credit.
That's right. No credit, guys. And then upstairs is the next. Let's take him upstairs and show the Betty Boop.
I don't want actually.
You wrote this book?
Yeah.
And drew it, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. This is actual portrait of Howard that looks awesome, with sketches by some of the great Sunday Funnies artists as well. You can see the right here. Look at that. Some of the creators and the artists: Archie, Lone Ranger. Original 1974 Betty Boop. Howard's Awesome Award. Very cool photograph that turns from positive to negative. Great original artwork here. Jules Pfeiffer. That's a beautiful piece. I believe Howard did that. Howard and Iris, wow. Some fantastic work by Howard. Mr. Howard Beckerman, guys. Great teacher of mine. And he just finished his last year at School of Visual Arts and retired. 88 years old, amazing. And Howard, I love this one that you did here, where you drew yourself and your wife over here, Iris. That's great. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Love this painting that Howard did over here. So nice. And Howard, I love this lion that you did over here too.
Oh, thank you.
So great. And this, I mean, to find this frame and then paint this terrific portrait. Wow, it's like, not portrait, but of a tree. I mean, just the little footsteps leading up to it. That's beautiful.
Years ago, I had to go to see an artist named Frank Fogarty, who did comic strip for many years in the old Herald Tribune called Clarence. And I remember him drawing that. And I met him in his 90s. And we used to ride home on a train from Manhattan when we used to get the Cartoonist Society meetings in New York. And he was just full of stories. And one day I had to go pick up something from him. He was very good making these posters or documents for people with old English lettering in it. We used to call them holy pictures Fogarty he would make in all different colors. So I went to his house. I didn't live too far from where I live in Long Island. And when I went there, he said, "You'd like to see my studio? It's up in the attic." So I went upstairs with him to the next floor, and he pulled down this ladder, and we climbed up to the attic, and he had all his stuff up there. The whole attic was full of old copies of newspapers and magazines and things he had worked on. But the thing I remember walking up behind him was, he was like 92 at the time. And he was walking up the ladder. He pulled it down and walking up. I said, "This is the secret. Move. Walk." It was in good shape.
That's the secret, right? Keeping yourself in good shape and not not letting the work take a toll on you, basically.
Yeah.
The
And
balance,
he's a very nice
right?
guy, very funny. That's more important than how much money you make. How much fun can you give people? How much enjoyment can you give people? Rather than how much can you make for yourself.
That's great.
Doing it for others is important. That's what everything is. Comes down to that.
That's beautiful, Howard.
Walk up, pull down the ladder and walk up and do it yourself.
That's awesome. That's great. And what advice would you have for brand new budding animators out there who want to learn about the classic ways of animation and incorporate them into the new digital age?
Draw.
That's right. Yeah.
Draw every day. I draw every day. Like you're a writer, you write every day. And you have nothing to write about. You come up with something. Work that gets done while you're doing it. Having an idea is just the beginning. Unless it's put on paper or in some form, it doesn't mean anything. And you don't know if it could work. What you think is a good idea may not work. You know, Leonardo da Vinci tried to build a flying machine. It wasn't until the Wright brothers did it, hundreds of years later, that it worked.
It's like each person.
Work at it.
Yeah, each person contributes to each
Right,
other.
exactly.
And like we're all a family of artists.
Leonardo da Vinci had to make a drawing of it at least. And then he built one perhaps, and people tried it. But the point is, unless you do it, you never know what's wrong with it or what's any success in it. Some ideas have to be discarded. Get on to the next one. A lot of people stop because nobody accepted their idea. Put it in the drawer, forget about it, do another idea. Eventually, all your ideas will see the light of day somehow.
It's nice. Like, don't give up if one doesn't work.
Yeah.
Keep going.
The people who succeed in anything are persistent. There's not, you can't blame the world because you walked in at the wrong time of day to show somebody something. Nah, you come back.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. A lot of people also take things, I think, very personally, and they
you
get
can't.
offended very easily too.
You can't.
And judgmental. A lot of people are judging each other instead of focusing on their own careers and trying to help each other
Everybody's their own
sometimes.
way of doing things. sometimes you have to be able to just draw Bugs Bunny. But when you want to get a chance, you got to be able to draw your own bunny, because you can't give everybody Bugs Bunny. If you want to do a children's story, you got to do your own bunny. You know, so you have to know how to do that. You can't just get locked into somebody else's thing. Otherwise, you're making a living doing something. But if you want to get your own ideas out there, you really have to work at it. It's a struggle.
And what about philosophically speaking? What do you feel the meaning of life is?
Meaning of life is to live it. You have to continue. I mean, that's what animals do. Flowers do. They survive. They all require the same thing we do. They need air, they need water, they need sunshine, and they need care and people being nice to them. And the same thing with people. I mean, you can't expect that. It's not really about you. It's about everybody. In fact, you can make a list of people who really helped you get to where you are. When you went the day you got your job, did you thank the bus driver who got you there?
That's right. That's
what
a
if
good
the
point.
bus wasn't running? You wouldn't have gotten that job, perhaps. So everybody works for everybody else. When you go turn on the electricity and it works, well, that's nice. It doesn't always have to do that, does it?
That's a
There
good
are a lot
point.
of people out there making sure it does. So nobody does everything by themselves. Making an animated film or even whatever you do, writing a book, it's like building an aircraft carrier. There are like thousands of people involved with it, And then the aircraft carrier has to go someplace. It needs an ocean. Well, if you make a movie, it has to go into a movie theater or on TV or something. Unless you have that commitment, there's no sense in making it. Nobody's going to show it to anybody. So everybody fits together. It's not just you. It's the people who are better than you. And there are a lot of people who are probably better than you, but that doesn't mean we can't respect each other.
Exactly.
Or individual talents. That's really what I think the meaning of life is. Just move along.
Keep going, keep going and living it, right?
Yeah.
Don't stay locked too far
Yeah.
in the past to
It's a
stop
nice
you from
day.
living the present.
Take advantage of that. Blue skies, pretty flowers, birds singing, children playing. That's the most important thing. And everything you get, all your ideas come from what you see. That's all we know, is what we see someplace.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And you interpret things from how you see it. You don't have to draw like anybody else. You draw like you draw.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
No,
great,
right.
Howard. Well, any parting words to the viewers out there?
Yeah, get out there and draw.
I love that. Howard, it has been such a pleasure to talk to you about this and share this with some of the friends out here who are watching.
Well, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
The
And you are
opportunity
not...
to speak to the world.
Exactly. And it's true. And really, you're not just a teacher, but you're my dear friend for many years. I love you, brother.
Greg and I go back a long time.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. Before dinosaurs, right?
We didn't know what they were.
That's right. I say, well, what should we end it by saying what Porky Pig says?
I think we be outside, folks.
Peace out, guys. Thanks, Howard.